Greetings, I'm Robert Brandon from the University of Georgia Cooperative Extension Service. Are you ready to take the Septic Systems Challenge? Let's see what you know about septic systems, also known as on-site wastewater management systems. I will ask the questions and our panel of experts will provide answers. Let me introduce our distinguished panel. Our first contestant is Keith Michael from Floyd County.
It's wonderful to be here. You know, failing septic tanks can make for a crappy situation, Robert. It's important we maintain them.
Next, we have Louise Estabrook from Cherokee County.
Thank you very much, Robert. It's a pleasure to be here. As the Agricultural and Natural Resource Agent in Cherokee County, I field lots of questions about septic systems.
And last but never least, we have Rolando Oriana from Fulton County.
Thank you for having me, Robert. Happy to be here.
Okay, let's begin. To play along, you will need paper and pen, so put on your thinking cap. Each answer is worth 20 points. Keep score because there's a prize that you can claim from your local county extension office. Game on. True or false? Septic systems are common in the rural areas, but are also common in the suburbs and urban areas. Write down your answer. Have you got your answers written down? Okay, who wants to handle this question?
I'll take it. The answer is true. Septic systems can be found everywhere. In fact, they are found in my county, in Fulton.
So did you get that answer correct? Let's try another one. True or false? Everyone knows if his or her home is on a septic system.
False.
False.
Totally, absolutely, and completely false.
Often, renters have little notion or information about the fate of their home's wastewater. Details about the wastewater system can be lost in the excitement of a home purchase. If you're unsure, take a close look at the water bill and determine if there is a fee labeled sewer or sewer charge. If there's a charge for this, your building is on a sewer system.
You can also look up and down the street searching for sewage access ports or manholes. If a sewer system passes in front of the property, the home is likely attached to it. Ask your neighbors if they're on a sewer or septic system.
Even if a sewer line runs in front of the building and the neighboring homes are on a sewer system, your home or building might not be. If the building is older than the sewer system, it might still be on the original septic system.
Check with your local health department. This agency does final inspections to ensure that septic systems conform to rules and regulations. They may have a record or map of the system and will provide this information on request.
As a property owner, you need to know if you have an on-site wastewater treatment system. In Georgia, the property owner is responsible for the smooth operation of the system and any maintenance and repairs. Renters also need to know so they can help maintain the system. Okay, great job everyone. Next question, true or false? The septic system is always in the backyard.
Heck no, Robert. The correct answer is false. They can be buried in the front, side, or backyard. After a few years, the soil may appear just like the surrounding soil, making the system difficult to locate. In dry weather, the grass may be drier in the shallow soil over the tank and greener over the drain field as the clean water is released. But this is not always the case.
Even if you do not know where your system is located, somebody else might. The contractor who built the house should provide the first owner a map of the tank and drain field locations. Check the paperwork that came with your house. It might be in there.
Hey, Rolando, you can also look closely at the building. If the building is on a crawl space or even has an unfinished basement, look for the wastewater pipes and where they're coming from and where they're headed out of that basement or crawl space. The pipe is called the building sewer. Often the tank is located with 10 to 20 feet outside the home directly in front of the building sewer.
You're right. Once you located the tank, draw a rough sketch of its location relative to the house, so it's not lost again. Now that the tank is located, it might be easier to locate the drainage lines by looking for greener grass, particularly after dry weather.
Your local health department would have inspected the installation of the system and any modifications to it. They may have a sketch of the system location which they'll provide upon request. Unfortunately, if the system is very old, any records associated with it may be incomplete or even non-existent. If you can't find it, your local health department has a list of certified professionals who can help you locate your system.
Hopefully you now know if your home or building is on a septic system and where it is located. The next question is about function. True or false? The septic system cleans wastewater by using rechargeable chemicals and solar degradation.
The correct answer to that question is false. Septic systems use neither chemicals nor sunshine to work. A septic system is very elegant and consists of three components: the tank, the drain lines or discharge lines, and the soil treatment area, which is sometimes called a drain field or leach field. Many systems also have a distribution box, which distributes the sewage into the drain lines.
Tanks vary depending on the side of the building. The average home will often have 1,000-gallon tank. New tanks most have 2 chambers, while older tanks might have only one. The tank works by settling in microbial digestion of waste. A wastewater flows into the septic tank. 3 layers are formed: a bottom sludge layer, the top scum layer, and a clear sum in the middle. Heavy solids settle to the bottom, forming the sludge layer, and grease and light solids float to the top, forming the scum layer.
And you can't beat the microbiology of the system. Bacteria and other microbes are responsible for partial decomposition of the sludge. Fortunately, many of the microbes involved are present in large numbers in the human intestines already. A new supply of these is added to the septic tank with each flush. No additives are needed whatsoever.
But the microbes in the tank can break down all the material, and that's why the tank must be pumped every 3 to 7 years. Baffles on the discharge side of the septic tank only allows water from the middle layer to go out to the drain fields. As new water comes into the septic tank, an equal water volume is pushed out the discharge lines and into the drain field. There may be a distribution box located between the tank and drain lines, sending wastewater to several lines in the drain field. The water trickles out the perforated drain lines through a layer of gravel and into the soil.
Hey, the biology just gets better when it gets in the soil. The soil is just teeming with life. Plants, bacteria, fungi, protozoan, larger creatures, and tiny ones such as mites, earthworms, insects, they all thrive in that soil. All these creatures help release nutrients and other compounds from the wastewater, using and reusing them in the soil, cleaning the water. Minerals and metals bind to soil particles, removing them from the wastewater. The treated water eventually moves back into our groundwater.
How are you doing? Just 3 more questions. True or false? Septic systems require regular maintenance.
True, true, that is true. You have to take care of the system, but it's easy, so listen up. Have the tank inspected and pumped periodically. It should be pumped every 3 to 7 years, and if you don't know the last time the tank was pumped, pump it. Previous property owners may have overlooked this essential maintenance step.
Remember, do not drive or park over the tank and drain field. This might collapse the tank or damage the drain lines and compact the soil, decreasing the efficiency of the drain field.
Don't use sinks or toilets as trash cans. Dumping cooking oil, paper towels, hygiene products, household chemicals, paint, kitty litter, coffee grounds, cigarette butts into sinks or toilets will increase the sludge layer in the tank, and at best, it will have to be pumped more often.
Remember, garbage disposals increase the need for routine pumping. Eggshells, bones, and vegetables do not digest well and add more sludge to the tank.
Consider the septic system and the landscape designs. Trees and shrub roots can grow in the drain lines, even in the tank. Also, it's not wise to eat vegetables growing over drain field lines.
Hey, and use water wisely. Any water that goes down a drain or toilet ends up in your septic system. Repair leaking faucets and toilets to prevent water overload. Don't overtax the system by using a lot of water in a short time. Keep in mind that a saturated drain field may not be able to absorb water from multiple loads of laundry on a rainy day.
That's right. Take care of your system so the septic tank monster won't pick your pocket. This brings us to another question. True or false? Chemical or biological additives can increase the time between pumping and prolong the life of the system.
False. Biological additives are sold as starter or maintenance products. The science just isn't there. When tested, they do not reduce the need for pumping or extend the life of the system.
Chemical products used to unplug drains or break up oil can break solids into smaller particles that do not settle to the bottom of the tank. The small particles remain suspended in the water and move into the drain field, potentially clogging the lines. Acids can corrode the tank and the distribution box.
Okay, this is the last question and everyone should know the answer. True or false? Backed up toilets and sinks may be a sign of system failure.
True. There are other signs as well. Sinks and toilets which drain slowly, plumbing backups, or strange sounds coming from the plumbing.
You might notice sewage odors in the house or yard, wet or mushy soil in the yard, or even standing water with a grayish color.
You might see green grass growing faster and greener in one particular area of the yard. And if you have a well and test the water, you might find bacteria in the well water.
Tally your scores. How are you doing? Not as well as you like or better than you thought? Well, here's one last chance. This is an open-ended question worth 10 big points. Who should be called if there's a problem with the septic system?
That's easy, Robert. You can call your local health department. They can help you identify problems. They have a list of state-certified contractors, and they will permit and inspect the repairs.
Yes, people, problems with the septic system must be addressed. A failed system is a health hazard and expensive to repair. Failed systems affect everything that is important to us. They affect your family, your neighbors, and your community. Repairs may be costly, but a properly working system is vital to our local environment. So total your scores up. How did you do? Pretty well? Good. Now for those prizes I was telling you about. Contact your county extension office and ask them for information that can save you money and septic problems. They have 2 publications for you: A Beginner's Guide to Septic Systems and Ornamental Plantings on Septic Drain Fields. This is great information for everyone. Thank you for taking the Septic Systems Challenge.